Well, good morning guys and welcome to the show. Today we're going to take a look at the new Audiofrog Mono Class D amplifier. We've already looked at the 4-channel version of it. We're gonna unbox it, we're gonna take it over to the dyno, we're gonna see what this thing does. Stay tuned. There is a lot of fans of Audiofrog. Audiofrog makes one of the most amazing sounding speakers on the planet, and they've finally started coming out with electronics, first of which are 2 amplifiers. The 150.4, which we've already taken a look at, and now the A600.1D. Let's open it up and see what comes in the box. For one, a physically small amplifier, a high-level plug, and of course the all-important instruction manual. One of the cool things about the Audiofrog amplifier on the back page that I have to mention, because so many people have asked about this on other amplifiers, meaning if I buy 2 amplifiers that are identical, can I use one bass knob? And on these amplifiers, the answer is yes. And they show you what you're gonna need in order to do that. It's a simple phone jack splitter. I know it almost seems too simple. These amplifiers do it. Taking a closer look at the amplifier, it's tiny. How tiny? 8 and 17/64 from side to side, going out to the screw holes, 4 and 61/64, and the physical top portion of the heatsink here is 4 and 11/32. Height wise, it is 1 and 17/64 from the bottom up. All the controls are located underneath this panel here. Let's get that off and we'll take a look at them. While unscrewing this, some of the other things to note about the amplifier: it is 450 watts by 1 at 4 ohm and 600 watts by 1 at 2 ohm. Signal to noise ratio at 1 watt is 80 dB. Signal to noise ratio at rated power is 108 dB. Frequency response is 10 to 400 hertz. Flipping it over, it will pop off. Now, one nice thing about this cover here is you can see it has this aluminum tray and this piece of acrylic. Right now there is a piece of plastic on it to keep it from getting scratched up. However, the nice thing is you can put it in either direction. So this allows you to mount the amp either wires up or wires down, or if you're one of those guys that, you know, happens to have a laser or something like that and you'd like to change this out or make something different or put your store logo on it, you figure it out. There's all kinds of neat things you can do. First thing up in the top left hand corner is going to be remote turn on mode. It'll use the 12 volt input here or DC offset or signal sense through the high level input. Ground comes first, followed by power, followed by remote. Level control first with an input sensitivity of 0.5 to 10 volts. On the speaker level input, it is up to 30 volts. Next to that is the high pass filter. And wait a minute, I know what you're thinking. It's a sub amp. What do you mean high pass? Some people may refer to this as subsonic. Technically it is a high pass filter, and that is adjustable between 5 and 40 hertz. Next is a bass boost centered at 45 hertz with a 0 to plus 15 dB boost. The low pass crossover that is adjustable between 50 and 500 hertz. A phase adjustment between 0 and 180. A red protect light and a green power light. Also here on the top are your outputs. It's a mono amplifier. However, it has 4 terminals of input, positive, negative, and that is just a convenience thing for when putting in more than one speaker. If you do continuity between them, you can see they make a tone. It's because inside they're internally connected. Looking at the side of the amplifier, we can see those 4 gauge inputs along with remote turn on, our high level input, the 2 RCA inputs, our bass knob, as well as our speaker inputs. Now normally at this point we like to pull the top of the amplifier off and show you what the heck is going on. However, on this particular amplifier, the circuit board is here on the bottom, so there's actually nothing to see. On the website though, they do have it taken apart. Let's take a look at that. The reason why they asked us not to take the amplifier apart is because there are special pads that are located on the circuit board itself that come down through the heatsink and attach to it. If we pull this all apart, we'd have to replace all those. Let's get this thing over to the amp dyno and see what she does. First test is the certified dyno run at 4 ohm, and that run gives us 488 watts. Certified dyno run at 2 ohms, we get a 729 watts. Uncertified dyno run at 4 ohms, 566 watts. Uncertified dyno run 2 ohms, 780 watts. Last test is going to be the dynamic power test at 4 ohms. Dynamic power gives us 535 watts. Dynamic power 2 ohms with a final number of 816 watts. Nice, very nice. All right guys, there you have it. The A600.1D Audiofrog mono amplifier. 2 of these in a car would be super sexy. That 150.4 along with the 600.1. Tiny, compact, lots of sound. Thank you guys so much for watching as always. Fernando, if you please.
On to the next one, guys.
You guys have a great night as always. We'll see you later next time. Bye.